I need you guys to understand something about fully committing to a body transformation journey. When I say that, I don't mean just to lose a little bit of weight. I don't mean to just be a little bit fitter. I mean to prioritize your body and the transformation of it for an 8, 10, 12, 16 week period and see what comes of that. Guys, welcome back to a brand new YouTube video. My name is Tom Hobbs and we're keeping this video super casual. I'm sitting here on my floor where the lighting comes in and it's just, yeah, it's a nice setup. So I'm gonna sit here, we're gonna have a bit of a conversation. And for those of you that are new to my channel, I work in the fitness industry, but I also work in the personal development industry, and I help people end years of body transformation failures so they can create their dream body and their dream mindset. And I essentially combine the training and nutrition side of the fitness industry with the inner world work, the mental, emotional, and spiritual exploration work of the mental health and personal development industries. And we put them all together, right? Because if you've watched some of my other content, you'll know that I'm a big believer that we don't get the physical result without having that inner foundation, without changing our story internally, which is then going to help facilitate our actions to actually change the body, right? But in today's video, I really want to talk about just how important I think it is once in your life to go all in on your body to see just how much you can change and how much you can transform your body, right? And I'm not telling you that you have to go and get on stage, but I almost want you to act as if you are. And these are the reasons, and we're going to go through the reasons, right? I don't think, for the most part, body positivity and accepting ourselves as we are is very congruent with what the majority of us humans actually want, right? One of our core human needs is growth, right? We want to be getting better. We want to be working towards something. We want to see what we are capable of. And I don't know about you, but for me in my life, I want to leave no stone unturned. When I'm on my deathbed, I want to look back and be like, yeah, I didn't leave anything in the tank. Look at what I've built. Look at what I've created. Look at the impact, the legacy that I've left for my kids, for my family, for those that I've worked with. Right? That is what I want to do in this life. And maybe that's just a male thing, but I don't think it is. I know a lot of females that think the same, but we want to get to the end of our life absolutely emptying the tank. And we don't want to look back and be like, oh yeah, I stopped myself doing all these things because of doubt, because of insecurity, because I was worried about what other people would think. Going all in on this physical transformation journey, I need you to understand, is so much more about just the weight loss and is just about the end product, the end body that we get to, right? Now, obviously, if I speak for myself, seeing my body in another probably 8 weeks time where I'm hopefully down another 8 to 10 kilos, I'm so excited for that moment. I'm excited to see what that body looks like, knowing that I pushed myself well beyond anything I've ever done before, and to be able to look at that end photo and be like, you suffered with body dysmorphia, you hated your body for the most of your life, look at what you've done now. Right? I'm not going to deny the fact that I have these surface level desires that I'm really, really excited to work towards. Right? But the reason I think this is so important, and the main reason I'm doing this, is to see what I'm capable of. Right? Because there are so many things that you pick up, so many parts of you that you discover and explore throughout this journey, doing all the things you need to do that are so invaluable into so many other areas of your life. And I'm already experiencing this with, I guess, my motivation, with my commitment, how I'm feeling about myself. Like, obviously my body's changing, but it's this signal of intent. It's like, hey, like I'm unconsciously telling myself, like, hey, we're going all in on ourselves because we fucking love ourselves, because we want more for ourselves, because we've spent way too long just accepting and sitting in this body, sitting in this version of us, sitting in this boy identity that we don't want anymore, because we've got big goals, we've got big dreams. Right? I want to be a husband. I want to be a father and be the best father in the world. I want to build my business to 7 figures. I want to impact as many people as I possibly can to get them from where I used to be into where I'm now going and help facilitate that journey. I've got so many things I want to do in life, right? But I can't do those things if I continue to settle, if I just accept myself for who I am, right? Now, when I say that, I'm not talking about self-worth, right? I'm not talking about self-worth. Two things can be true at once. And this is where the body positivity community gets hold of this and they fucking run with it. It does my head in. But two things can be true at once. You can be full of self-worth, self-esteem, know you're a valuable man or woman, regardless of what this looks like, of how you think, or whatever it might be, right? What you've got in life, how much money you have, da-da-da. But you can also want more for yourself and want to see what you are capable of. And this is something that's really been highlighted to me by my recent finding of God, right at the start of this year. So recording this video about 10 months ago in January, I found God. I was in a really bad place. I found God. I really dove into my spirituality more than I ever have before. And since, bringing him into my life and dedicating my life to him, praying, reading the Bible, listening to sermons, all these things, and strengthening my faith, I know now, I knew before, but I know now without a doubt that my self-worth, my self-esteem, who I am as a man, my value to this world it's unquestioned, right? It's not up for debate. It's not something my body will dictate. It's something that I now inherently know because I know God, right? So I'm like, okay, cool. If I've got that in my back pocket, I've got that knowledge and that awareness, then I need to do something with this, right? If I'm this worthy person, if I have self-esteem, if I do have value as a man, then I would almost be spitting in the face of that to not truly experience or to not truly go after what I am actually capable of. And this is where this whole you're more than your body, you're like the fact that two things can't be true at once in this body positivity community and the way the woke world is at the moment, it almost tells you that you shouldn't want more for yourself because you should just accept yourself how you are. You're worthy how you are. It's like you're missing the point. You're missing the tools that God has given us, right? God doesn't need us to question our worth all the time. We don't need to sit around worrying and stressing about who we are as a person. That's taken care of, just the sheer fact that we are alive. So for me, in order for me to show myself that I truly do love myself, that I truly do value myself, I need to be working towards something and I want to see what I'm capable of and what I can build. That to me is that's really logical, but I also feel that deep within my heart. So I went on a bit of a tangent there, but working towards my body, it is about the body, but it's not about the body, right? It's about discovering what I'm capable of, what I'm made of, having this level of self-worth, of knowing how worthy I am, what can I actually do with that? And I think too many people are too busy trying to convince themselves that they're worthy, convince themselves that they're good enough, because they're scared to actually go all in. Because it's like, well, what if I do succeed? What if I do create this body that I've never seen before? Who will I be then? I don't know. Maybe that's scary, right? What if I do, commit to this and I have to say no to some people and then maybe they don't like me or they don't agree with what I'm doing and they turn their back on me and now I have enemies or people that, that I'm not liked by, right? And that can be scary as well. Taking these leaps, I get it, is very, very scary. And maybe your version of this isn't your body. Maybe it's something else. Maybe it's a business. Maybe it's asking that girl or guy on a date or whatever it is. But I think everyone watching this, if you haven't already, maybe you want to do it again, but commit to something all the way fucking in. And let's use our body. What would happen if you did that for the next 8 to 12, 16 weeks, depending on how long you want to do it for, right? What would happen, right? What's the worst that could happen is probably a better way to put it. What is the worst that can happen, right? You fall off and you go back to exactly where you are. Okay, cool, right? You've learned a new way how not to do something. Right, but in my mind, as I said, I have all these dreams and these desires, but for me to make them come true and for me to actually execute those, I need to be a different version of myself than I am now. Otherwise, I would already have those things. So I'm like, okay, cool. I've got these dreams and these outcomes. I can't achieve them as I am now because clearly otherwise I would have them. So I need to elevate myself. I need to set a new standard for myself. And I'm doing that in this physical transformation. And honestly, these first 10 weeks have been really, really easy. Really, really easy. I barely changed anything. I haven't felt like I've been doing much differently. I've just been more consistent because I'm more focused. And I know these next sort of 8 weeks are going to be a lot harder. I'm currently about to go through a 12-day push where I'm on really low calories, doing a lot more cardio, not because I need to, but again, because I want to. I'm excited about the challenge. I'm excited to suffer a little bit. I'm excited to learn more about myself, right? So to start to wrap this video up, I want you to just ask yourself, when was the last time you went all in, and what would happen? What could happen if you let your imagination just run wild? What could possibly happen if you were to go all in? and you were to get yourself into this body that fills you with more confidence than you know what to do with, into this body where you can post a selfie and have all these compliments and be like, yeah, I actually receive those compliments, right? Because I feel that about myself too. What doors could this open? What could this new level of confidence and self-belief that you've created, what would that, lead to? Like an opportunity might just come out of nowhere, right? Generally what happens when you put yourself first and you signal this kind of intent, right? Because you deserve to live a better life. And I don't just want to be another one of these YouTube motivational speakers, because I don't necessarily see myself as that, but I'm just sharing what I'm feeling and this shift that I'm having in here, the way my story is changing. I speak a lot about this. Essentially what our story is made up of the way we talk to ourselves, the way we talk about ourselves, the goals we set for ourselves, the belief systems we have. All of these things create this story in our head of how our life is running and should run, and then that leads to the actions we take, right? It's like you give a script to an actor, the actor does the things, says the things, whatever, which makes the movie. We are the same. We have this script up here, we have this story that we act on, which creates our reality, right? And right now, your reality is perfectly mirrored and perfectly reflects the story that you've been living by, right? So that's another thing. I wasn't happy with what I had in my reality, and when I checked in with my story, it's like, oh yeah, this makes sense because this is basically what we've been asking for. This perfectly reflects the story in our mind, right? And that's what I'm hell-bent on changing. So maybe this is a wake-up call you needed, right? Maybe it's time you do fully commit and see what happens. It's like, what is the worst that can happen? You end up back exactly where you are right now, right? No harm done. Right, but you would have learned something about yourself. But I guarantee you, if you do this properly, things will change. Your life will change, your body will change, your mind will change, your relationships will change. Maybe you attract in that dream partner. Maybe you have that dream opportunity. Maybe you take that leap because you are now you have so much more self-belief in what you can actually do, and you've set a new standard for yourself and you've taken this next step in life, right? And if you do want to do this, I am launching something called the Proving Ground, and this is going to be a community-based program for those of you like me, like a lot of my clients, that want to take this next step, right? We're going to be, you're going to be getting your training in nutrition so you can have this body transformation, right? So if you want a certain body but you don't know how to get there, let me help you do that. I'm going to coach you into that body, right? We're going to have weekly live calls where I'm taking you through things like how to change our story, right? How to change your story, changing these beliefs, your self-talk, setting this new standard for yourself, right? A really cool process to actually get clear and connected to these dreams and desires that you have and work out the tangible steps to get there. Connecting with your spirituality, right? Find that spiritual foundation. Go through some emotional and mental work to help regulate yourself and to help let go of so many of these things that have held you back in the past, right? It's called the Proving Ground, right? So there's a link down below for either the waitlist, or if by the time you're watching this, it's live and enrollments are open, it'll be the top link down below. So get yourself in there or DM me about it, ask me about it. I'm happy to fill you in. But it's where people like myself, like you watching this, come to take this next leap. And I'm so excited to run this, right? Potentially have you in there. All right, so thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you've enjoyed it. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Go check out some of my other videos. There's a lot of other great content on here. And yeah, I think it's time to go all in on yourself. We'll see you in the next video.